Question time. You think this huntress will check the locker to reload? Will she find a sable in there? Or maybe Hunty will come back out and tunnel our friend here. Deception value? Is this possible? I'm looking through the English dictionary and I'm not even sure I can put deception next to the word value and form a proper sentence. Welcome, wanderers of the fog. Gather around, I want to talk about some fun perks real quick. Deception, an Elodie Rakoto perk, holds a dear place in my heart as one of the little niche trick perks that survivors have access to. When you run past a locker, pressing your interact button will open and slam the locker door shut without you rushing inside. You trigger a noise notification and leave no scratch marks for 3 seconds. Pretty clever if you ask me. If you manage to get the killer to check the locker, you may end up escaping the chase. But there is one catch. You're pretty noisy and clumsy. But your hair looks good today, so you got that going for you. Oh, and also a killer player with good headphones on will realize you're still running around the shack and not bother checking the locker. But there's a couple things you can do to fix that. 1, like and subscribe to the video. It helps the channel grow. And 2, in order to silence your foot noises, you're going to run the perk.
Stupid layoffs. Would have rather been podcasting right now.
Ma'am, I'm sorry we are doing a video. Hey, I know you, aren't you Haddie Core? Lead producer of the hit paranormal podcast Harbinger FM?
I am. Always happy to meet a fan. And you're Cheryl Mason, right? Or is it Heather?
It's up to player interpretation, but I prefer Cheryl, the name my father gave me.
Your father sounds like a very sweet person.
Thanks, he was murdered by a cult. The same cult that tried to force me to become the mother of their horrible god.
Sounds awful. My condolences. I'm actually investigating a cult myself.
This was a different cult. Don't worry, I took care of them. And the god.
Sounds like a typical Tuesday evening.
So, tell me about your parents.
I lost my mother and father at a young age.
I'm so sorry. Can you tell me what happened to them?
It's not easy to talk about.
I understand. That kind of trauma is never easy.
No, not what I meant. They disappeared on an island when I was only 5. Then when I was 10, they died in a car crash during a snowstorm.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but they were rescued from the island?
No.
So wanna be best friends?
Sure, sounds fun.
Sweet.
This friendship is brought to you by the Survivor perk. Aftercare. Aftercare, much like shirtless Jeff, will not be featured in this video.
What are we up to, bestie?
Talking about deception and light-footed. Oh, shit. I forgot to tell the viewers about light-footed.
Much like how you forgot Dwight on Ion Level 1.
Hey bestie, why don't you tell the viewers about light-footed?
Light-footed is an Ellen Ripley perk that silences the footsteps you make as long as you're healthy. This perk goes on cooldown when you perform a rushed action. So fast vaulting through a window, for example, turns this perk off for a bit. However, when you pair this perk with deception, suddenly the killer can't rely on your scratch marks, and they can't rely on your heavy footsteps to know for certain that you're not in that locker.
So all you have to do is perform deception out of line of sight and you have a decent chance of tricking your killer.
That's the key phrase there, out of LOS. If the killer sees you use this perk, they aren't as likely to fall for your mind games.
That may be true, but I have a plan for that.
I don't like the sound of that.
Quiet, you!
And what's your plan, Cheryl?
Ellen has another perk called Lucky Star, and this perk hides your grunts of pain and blood when you enter a locker. Kind of like
you never went inside.
Exactly.
I don't believe it myself unless...
Want
to try it out in a YouTube compilation to see if these perks can work together.
I am summoning all my meme energy to conjure the most based compilation to show off this build.
Wait, what?
No, don't think he ever really knew me.
If you made it to the end of the video, allow me to thank you. Try to remember not everything that weighs you down is yours to carry. Know whatever darkness you are facing, you are loved, wanted, and I am rooting for you.